out there. All right. We'll start with Charlie.
For both guys, you guys are playing the number one team for the third time or the second time in 3 games. Just what's the excitement level for that? I guess what are you guys thinking about that matchup?
I said we're very excited. You know, just first and foremost, go out and play another game. They're the number one team, so that adds a little more to it. But you know, we gotta play every game the same way, approach every game the same way. So.
Ready.
Nate just talked about last year's game, the players that played in, obviously remember the intensity. So just kind of what do you remember about last year's matchup with Houston, and for both of y'all, just going against one of the top defensive teams in the country, how do you kind of have to match that intensity and attack offensively?
I remember them just being relentless on the offensive glass. Our first possession, defensive rating was really good, but you know the game starts once they shoot the ball, and then they are really good defensively as well. So we just got to make sure we take care of the ball. Can't give them any opportunities to run in transition. Give them any easy buckets.
Just what you've seen on film from Sasser, obviously you saw him last year, just how difficult he is to stay in front of. Coach was saying he's going to throw multiple looks at him Saturday, but just what he gives that Houston offense.
But yeah, he's their spark, their leader offensively, you know, and one of the returning players from last year. So we just got to make sure he's seeing bodies. Can't give him, catch and shoot threes. Let him do what he wants to do. He's a really elite jump shooter. So the whole team has to be locked in on him.
Brandon, the first few weeks of the season, how have you progressed, and how comfortable do you feel out there?
I feel like just being around my team, I've gotten more comfortable than anything. You know, I think the biggest thing with us is just our bond and how we, bond with each other outside of basketball. So I think that's the biggest thing, of just us being comfortable.
Brandon, when you were being recruited, were these kind of the games that you were kind of hoping you'd be able to take part in, play number one team in the country on the road?
I'm just blessed to just be able to play every game really. I mean, number one or non-ranked. I think us playing as a team and just getting wins, I think that's the best thing for me, is just having fun with my team.
You guys have played on the road. It's going to be a hostile crowd, a top 10 matchup. Just how much are you looking forward to that?
I think we don't, as a team, we don't really pay too much attention to crowd and all that stuff. So I think as long as we just stay focused, I think we should go in and just get another win.
Yeah, we just got to be together the whole time during the game. They're probably gonna get some momentum, motivation from their fans to be in their home court, but on the flip side, we just got to be that much tighter and together. And when you're on the road and you flip things around, it becomes fun. So that's our plan going in.
For Brandon, last year that Houston game is probably the most intense game Emma played all year. What did the players that were on the team last year tell you this week in practice leading up to this game, and what that game was like?
Well, for me, I was coming home from my own high school game, so I came home and watched probably the last couple minutes of the game. And one thing that I really noticed that they crash offensive glass real hard, and that they're physical. And I mean, that's exactly what these guys are telling me now, that they're gonna be physical and they're gonna crash offensive glass real hard. So I think we just gotta buy in as a team and just rebound together and to get a win.
Last year, that Houston game was kind of maybe the high water mark for where you guys had that win over Gonzaga and some other good ones, and then the Memphis things kind of went south a little bit. What's different about this team, and why would this team be able to handle this stretch better than it did last year?
Firstly, just because we learned from last year, we know what inconsistency gets us, and then we got some fresh faces that are, thirsty to prove what they can prove. So that's why I said earlier we gotta approach every game the same way, and I think that's where we kind of slipped last year. but even this year we've done a pretty good job of it. You know, our intensity spiked a little bit last game, but other than that, you know, Coach Olsen has been really vocal about, you know, defensive consistency being the first thing that matters when you get on the court. So, you know, it starts with, you know, the honcho, and he puts it all into us, and we all believing in it because we all got big goals this year. And like Brandon said, you know, when the team wins, it's best for everybody. So that's our goal.
You good?
For Brandon, I don't think we've talked to you since the Carolina game. You had a kind of rough stretch to begin, but then finished strong in overtime. What did you learn from that experience?
I think the biggest thing I learned was, I mean, I've always got guys that got my back. So I mean, I can say now that I have their back through anything. So I think best thing, I just kept my head, and you know, my upper class teammates just really kept me like motivated. So I mean, I think that's the thing that just got me through the game.
You good? Awesome. Thanks, fellas.
Thank y'all.
Guys.